Some situations in life can break you into pieces, and you wake up the next day and the next and the next, and you realize you're still here and you have to figure it out somehow. That's a conversation we're having on Unscripted today, so stay right there, don't go anywhere. We're about to begin. Special thanks to our beautiful location, that is Radisson Blu in Arboretum. Let the show begin.
Hi there, my name is Faustin, or some call me Baba Talisha, and I've been through a tough time, the darkest part of my life for the past 9 months. And I'm here to encourage you, to tell you that all is not gone, because as for me, I thought all is lost, but then here I am. And my message to you is just don't lose focus, because we all have choices. And if you choose to be happy and strong, and everything will always be okay.
Welcome to Unscripted with Grace. As always, it's a pleasure having you on the show. With me today is a guest whose conversation I know is not easy, but we appreciate you coming here, Faustin, to share your story with us. Before we get into it, you can introduce yourself to people at home watching.
Okay, my name is Faustin Lukala. I'm 25 years old, a father of Talisha. Right. She's called Talisha Ongoro, named her after my mom. And yeah, I'm a videographer, I'm a photographer, and also I'm a medical student, but I graduated, so I'm still hustling just.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
So today we're here to have, like I said, a rather difficult conversation.
Yeah.
I'll take you back to 2020. It was August 15th, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Your wife and your daughter were together in a road accident.
Yeah.
Your wife passed, but your daughter is still here today, but her life has changed drastically.
Yeah.
Before we even get into how she's doing now, take me back to that day, if you can paint that picture. Where were you? Where did you get the call? And how was that moment when you heard the news?
We had a very good night, that previous night. Then the next day, it was on 14th, that is.
Yes.
I guess it was on a Friday. Then on Saturday, we were supposed to go for a family photo shoot.
Really?
Yeah.
On the 15th?
Yeah, on the 15th. Actually, we had a photo shoot on that 15th before the accident happened.
So at what point did you part ways if you were at a photo shoot together?
We didn't part ways. When the accident happened, we were together with Milka, with my baby.
Oh, all of you?
Yeah. So we had gone for a photo shoot at Rwanda, and then we left to go to do some work at Juja Farm. It was a photo shoot whereby there's some couples who are celebrating their 50th anniversary in marriage. So Milka took me there because we had started doing work together with her.
I see.
She was like my makeup artist and was the photographer, and the director. Yeah, so we went for the photo shoot. We had a very good time. She was so jovial, she was singing, because she used to sing a lot. Yeah, so we had a very good time there until around 4 when we left to Juja Farm.
What happened? Then,
yeah, when we were going to Juja Farm, we just went there, and then we did the thing, we shot the event. Then we left there around 7, it was around 7:10, 7:20. So we picked some friends from that event because they were my friends who invited me to go to do that work there. So we left with them, and I was to drop them at Memble Estate. If you know where Memble Estate is, it is between Thika Road and the Northern Bypass, yeah. So I dropped them off, and yeah, like kama kawaida tu, like friends say hi, goodbye, maybe you'll see you tomorrow, and that, yeah. But it never happened to Milka because she could not see the next day. So, you
what
see,
happened?
Yeah, so after that, we, on the road, yeah, now going to where we used to stay, it was at Githurai 45. So while on our way home, we got the road accident just opposite Kenyatta University.
Were you driving?
Yeah, I was the one driving the car, and Talisha was still asleep, if I remember, because Milka asked me for my phone, and there's a song she really liked, See Me, that song of See Me, singing to her baby, the Duduke song, yeah. So she was, yeah, aliweka tu, then even though it didn't go for like 10 seconds before we got the road accident. So I guess it was just a goodbye song for Talisha. So for the accident to happen, there were 2 stagnant cars on the road. Because that place, if you're coming from bypass, heading to Kawaskari or Wendani, to reach that KU flyover, it's like a hill. Nikamlima kidogo. So when we approached that flyover, it was a bit dark because the lights were not on the road. Yeah, and so then yeah, and then the road was, there were chippings on the road. Yeah, so even if you try to slow down, then the brakes won't work. And then the cars in front of me, they were just tailed on the road, and there were no signs like an accident happened somewhere or the car is still on the road. And there's nobody on the road showing you that there's a problem ahead.
So what happened?
Yeah, so when I tried to brake the car, it didn't work. The braking system didn't work because it was all just skidding around here. And then when I tried I had an option. So my option was to go, because of the first lane, so I tried to go on the second lane in inakuwa katikati. So kumbe pia mbele, there was another car. It was a fielder car, if I remember. Yeah, the fielder car was just facing just up, like directly to us. Yeah. So from there, that is the last time I ever had Milka calling me, because he used to call me Bay all the time. So like it was just like Bay, and she was still recording herself, by the way, because she was singing while recording herself. Yeah, so that moment when everything went silent, and I went for about like, I don't know, like 50 meters from where the collision went, for about 50 meters, if I'm not wrong. And then because the car was not even stopping, and my only option was to get into the rails, the sideways rails. So the car stopped, and then the airbags and everything, yokelele, the confusion, yeah. So
you didn't ram into any car?
Yeah.
You went to the side on the rails?
Yeah. No, I rammed in a car, that is the fielder one, yeah, because it's just katikati ya barabara. Yeah, so because the car ilikuwa na swerve and everything, so the impact was on where Milka, the passenger side. So when you impact, and then, yeah, that's when the accident happened, just like that, in a flash of like 2 seconds, yeah. Just the last second, hivi tulikuwa tunacheka kwa gari, tunaimba, and then the next second I was like crying on the road, yeah.
What stage did you find Talisha in when you saw her?
She was just like her mom. She didn't even cry. She was just awake? In a coma. She didn't wake up. I remember after a very long time, because I was even going across the road like najaribu kusimamisha watu, but then the snowboard, hakuna mtu alikuwa anasimama, like hakuna mtu alikuwa anasimama. So this one person who came, is called Maina, yeah? This one person, he had come to rescue his uncle or a friend, I guess, the one with the Toyota fielder. Yeah? So ada kaona ula ana shida, so he came in and helped me. So tukabeba Talisha, and the mom tukamweka katikati ya flower beds, zile Thika Road, so unajua pale katikati. Yeah, so we took them there, and then yeah, that's when we started looking for someone who can take. After realizing Talisha is breathing, so it was our first priority, like, let's take Talisha to the hospital, yeah. So that stranger, the Good Samaritan,
took her to
took here. I didn't even know their number, anything. I just told, yeah, just take my baby here.
Really?
Because I didn't even have any contact with them. Wow. Because my phone, Milka's phone, they're all...
They had no idea where they
are.
are.
Like, zilikuwa zimevunjika zote. Nilikuwa nazo, but zimevunjika zote. So as for me, the only number I had in my head was my brother's number.
Okay.
So after struggling a lot and all those challenges, Maina helped me with the phone. So I just called my brother, bro, hey, it's tumepata accident and so. And in case you won't find me, just trace me around KU Mochar and anything close to that, yeah? Because I didn't believe I can live without Milka.
Sorry.
Because Milka was there lying, it was terrible,
Let's take a short break. Stay right there, we'll be right back. Welcome back, thank you for staying with us. Like I said before, this is not an easy conversation, but thank you, Faustin, for just painting that picture. I know reliving that is difficult. I can't imagine what that must have been like.
It's really tough, but then I was asking so many questions, like, nakumbuka kuna time niko kwa hiyo barabara nilishout. Nilishout nikauliza Mungu, sasa mbona mimi nimebaki kufanya nini?
Did you at any point try to take your own life, or you just thought about it?
I even tried to go on road acha tugari pita na mimi, like hizi vitu ziishie tu hapo, unaona, because it was tough. Then even that night after we admitted Milka to the morgue, I didn't even go home because we didn't reach home. So there's a cousin of mine, there's a cousin, in fact it's my nephew, it's called Klaus. He came with his friend, and yeah, walikuja usiku, by the way, they came to the mortuary. And then there's another friend of mine at Githurai who went, I don't know how they traced where Talisha was and everything. Then they went to the clinic where Talisha was. They arranged on how he could reach to Kenyatta National Hospital and everything. So I didn't
when you called your brother, he organized?
Yeah, my brother coordinated. I guess he talked with everybody. Because as for me, he told Maina, usiachiliwe kijana juu huyo, anaweza ende anytime. So Maina was ever with me there, like, hata nikitoka tu nje kidogo ako na mimi. The next day after the accident, it was on 16th, yeah. Because I didn't sleep at my place, I went to Itedhi, where Klaus used to stay here. So the whole night I cried, like, it was flashes too. It's like Milka kwa hapa. Hiyo usiku baadhi huwezi lala, you can't sleep. Let me tell you, I didn't sleep because sasa ndio uchungu wote nakuja, unasikia kichwa huko ni uchungu. Like everywhere kwa mwili yangu ilikuwa to pain.
And you also not checked? You didn't go to...
Yeah, I didn't even go for checkup or anything. Exactly. I just went, like, walinichukua tu wakanipeleka. In fact, the police Land Cruiser took me to Itedhi. Because the guy didn't leave me. Alikuwa some corporal called Karemia. He didn't leave me there. So he took me to Itedhi together with that nephew of mine. So nikalala, walificha kila kitu kwa nyumba. Walikuwa sikianga hapo, like
they were worried about you.
Yeah, because they knew I could do anything. And in fact, I could do anything that moment. So I'm just glad I'm here today, yeah.
Amen.
Because God is amazing, yeah.
When you saw Talisha the next day.
Yeah, so the next day I went for a medical checkup. I was supposed to go to Kenyatta where Talisha was, but then I didn't because there were so many people there. So I had to go to it was, I guess, Mama Lucia. Nikachukua kwa ma scans and everything. So after that nikarudishwa sasa the Kenyatta National Hospital, yeah. So kurudishwa huko, my brother, I really thank them. I say, like, without them, I really don't know how it could be. Like, so the same night, I called my brother. Everything just stopped at home, because for the news to reach my mom, because my dad he has this issue of high blood pressure and everything. My mom that previous day injured her head, her leg. So my brother to pass the news that Milky is gone, Faustin wamepata accident.
How did the family receive?
Mamangu alipiga nduru sana nyumbani. And I remember the last person mwenye Milka aliongelesha kwetu, it was my small sister. Because during the shoot, it has never even happened. Because, yeah. So I called my sister and then I gave it to her. He talks to my little sister called Doria. He tells him, mid-month tunakuja home, yeah? That was around 26, the next
last
month.
Conversation.
Yeah, that is the last conversation. The last person ever to talk to me was my little sister. Okay. So that is after the next day after the accident, my brother traveled overnight. Wakakuja Nairobi. So wameenda already KNH. There's a friend of a family friend called Collins who took Talisha from Wendani now to KNH.
So when you finally saw her,
yeah, so
did that help the situation, knowing she's...
It really wasn't my situation because I remember...
Tell us, what state was she in?
Talisha was in coma, yeah? She stayed in coma for about 10 days, yeah? She was in coma for 10 days. I remember my brother asking me, hey, Faustin, are you sure you won't cry? Kingio Kondani, I was like, what is this guy even talking about? Like, cry, yeah? So, this is my baby, yeah? My wife is just in the mortuary. But I really thank my brother so much because he did so much to me that day, yeah? So he told me, just take courage, bro, and at least don't cry because that baby really needs you there, yeah? So I remember it was about 12 up with me. That was my first time I'm going to see Talisha now. So the first thing naingia, she was on second floor, I guess, yeah? Then the first thing naingia kwa your room, ndo namtuta kwa machine pale, the life supporting machines and the oxygen and everything, machines. It was so heartbreaking, yeah? I couldn't even believe this is Talisha because ni jana tu kalikuwa kwa naruka vibaya. Ni jana tu mtoto tulikuwa tuna now the girl doesn't even have a mom. The dad is so weak right now, yeah? So, niliingia tu pale ndani nikalia na nikatoka nje. Even I didn't even stay there. I just asked God, please, yeah? I remember going out na nikapiga tu magoti. Nikaulizia Mungu akisaidia mtoto because it was really tough, yeah? Nilikuwa naangalia hapo Kenyatta hivi, I remember I used to go there every time because after that first day I saw Talisha, I didn't even go there back. Sikurudi until after matanga and everything may happen, after going home and everything. So after seeing Talisha, I just prayed to God, amsaidie, because she wasn't even breathing on her own. When she was breathing, it was a little bit difficult because you could hear ile sauti like, yeah. And then machozi inatoka tu. She's a strong girl, yeah. She's a strong girl.
She said she's 3 years old.
She's 3 years old and some, I guess, 7 months, yeah, right now.
When life changes like that, and you see your daughter like that, how do you deal? What's giving you the strength? How do you cope with that?
First thing,
when you look at your daughter now, what do you...
For me, I'm a believer. Amen. I believe in God, I believe in prayer because we are raised as a Christian family, like, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
and let me tell you, prayers, if you visit any hospital at the moment right now, unasema maombi kwa church, like, visit any hospital, any ward, watu huomba huko, like, people pray. So, you can never lack anywhere to kneel down and pray to God to help you through a situation. So as for me, yeah. And then during that time, during this period, it's just about choices, yeah? Okay. What you choose to do. If you choose to be sad, you'll just always be sad.
That's true.
If you choose to be happy and pray to God to help you through, and then God will just always... Let me tell you, I've even talked to God, and God has done everything that I've asked him to do, yeah? Because when Talisha was in the ICU, The doctors were like, huyu mtoto wafungui macho. Huyu mtoto, like, because Talisha even ungempinch amu mdunge na kitu, she could not even respond, yeah? She could not even talk or open the eyes. But then there's this day when I went home and then, mimi nikaambia Mungu, kesho niende huyu mtoto afungue macho tu. At least afungue tu macho nisikie tu. Because every day nilikuwa nendanga kwa hiyo ward nilikuwa nalia. Every day nilikuwa nendanga ward nalia. Let me tell you, it was so tough whereby I had to go home to bury my wife, that is Milka. Then, because there was nobody else to look after Talisha when we had left Nairobi, because at our place in Butere, uko hivi. So, there's a friend of mine who paid for the air ticket, and then I went to Kisumu and then came to Nairobi. And yeah, here I am, nikaanza kuangalia Talisha. Because there's nobody to look after Talisha, because the few friends who are here, wale wanaanza kuja after everything may happen, they could not see Talisha. The only person who was allowed to see Talisha was me, the dad. So, nakwambia ilikuwa shida.
Did you have a support system of sorts, family members, even if it's just for you, for strength, for encouragement?
For encouragement, I got some few good people. The online family,
yeah.
Then my family is very supportive, and Milka's side, the mom was very supportive, and some few friends. But then, as for me, they say, wacha shidi karibisha wala watu wenye wafaa kuwa karibu na yeye. Because as for me, it has been a very lonely life, let me tell you, Grace, So it has been a very lonely life since everything happened. You get new friends, the old ones, wenye mlikuanga nao, mnakuwa nao in everything. Some leave you like watu potea. Things change.
Have you gone through any counseling? I mean, that's a lot for one person to go through.
Counseling after everything. I had
Did that help?
I had to, but then on the way I stopped because of financial and everything, because it's very expensive, because for a session it goes to like 3,000. But then this and it was Silas Kirinya, he used to do therapy for me. I used to go there, he used to talk to me, and he was so nice, was so good. He really helped me a lot. But then at the end, hata mtakuongelesha aje. But then if you're not willing to, as in, it's not about willing, but then you see Milka was so attached to me, like she was like my other half. We used to do like everything together. So until now, hata mimi sijaamini like Milka, like kila time mimi nikiongea Milka then Milka ako. But then Milka, she's not there. So it is, sometimes even I wish to talk to somebody, but then
I can tell.
It's really tough, So you just have to live that life like, everybody's fighting his or her battle. Let me tell you, when you are in grief process, like, uko kwa hiyo grief journey, like, uko kwa grief, zile vitu ulikuwa unapenda sana zinakuanga, everything just changes,
There's nothing you love anymore.
Like, when you used to love sleeping, then sleep becomes to be your baddest enemy. Like, yani ukisikia kwenda kulala ni kama mimi ilikuwa yafika usiku nashindwa nitalala aje. This is the person I used to sleep next to. Talisha was just there, but then this baby right now, Talisha hata sasa yako confused, anashindwa mama yake ako wapi, because I usually go with her uko kwetu. Then wanampeleka kwa kaburi ya mama yake, and she's like, this person looks familiar, like she knows this is Milka.
When she sees the picture? Let's take a short break. We'll be right back with more of Faustin's story. Do stay right there. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Faustin, before the break, you're breaking down to us how grieving is a journey and it's not an easy one. Do you feel, I feel like so much happened at once. You lose your wife, you have your daughter, you have to be a father, and she's demanding your attention, your provision. It can take a toll on anyone. Do you feel like you mourned Milka enough? Or you were even able to mourn her? Or did you just have to go into almost autopilot?
I didn't have much time, I didn't have much time. But then I'm just grateful because it has been a journey. As I tell you, grief is a journey, it's a process whereby you can't jump from the first step to the last.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a process whereby you have to go through it.
True.
And then people grieve differently, and it's not like we umepitia hii. It's not, it's different. People grieve and mourn differently.
Really?
So as for me, I can't say I didn't have much time to mourn Milka or grieve Milka, because still I'm grieving Milka.
Oh no.
And I just had so much attention to baby Talisha, because Talisha reminds me a lot about Milka, because at the moment the sura ya Milka sasa inaonekana tu. Kiangalia Talisha ni sura ya Milka tu. Yeah, so I think I'm going through the journeys at the moment najaribu, and yeah, it's a very tough journey, but then at the end of it, it's worth it. It's worth it to grieve. At some point, sometimes you don't know what God's plan is it for you. Like, awezingijua mpango ya Mungu juu ya maisha yako. And it's not you who chooses like how to live.
That's true.
Yeah, you may, yani kama ungekuwa na zile options za kufanya vitu mingi, ungekuwa umefanya mingi kabisa. But then, as for me, God has done a lot, From Talisha, from the hospital and everything, the bills and everything, the health. It's a lot.
You can see her improving?
Yeah, she's improving a lot,
Thank God.
She has really improved. And I'm so improving, as in at the moment I can interact with people.
That's good.
Yeah.
Even you being here talking about it is a huge step.
Yeah, it's there on my channel. I have a YouTube channel, by the way. We started with Milka.
Yeah.
It's called Malkia Faustin.
That's the T-shirt you're wearing.
Yeah. So I'm always there to interact with people, because you see out here there's so many people. People lose their loved ones.
Yeah.
Their friends, their best friends, their wives and husbands, their brothers. But then we are there to encourage one another, you see. It's not that we have different journeys, we have different destinations, but then when you're going through a certain challenge, you have to help one another.
Cool. Is that why you're sharing your story here today?
Yeah, that's the same thing, And when you share a story, you might not know you are motivating, because there are so many people out there looking up on you. Like when they see Faustin here, because I didn't give up. I didn't say, because at the moment you could see like, I cannot even make it. But then here I am.
What do you miss most about Milka? What do you miss most about her?
I really miss a lot, because she was this kind of a lady who could sit down with and laugh, joke a lot. But then she used to be a fan a lot, because I used to see her watching this unscripted. Yeah.
If she was here now, what would you tell her?
If Milka was here today, a lot has changed, Whatever she prayed for, everything's just happening the way she used to be like, be, unajua siku moja utakuwa wafanya hivi na hivi, And I've done everything that she ever even like. Ile vitu Milka alikuwa anatamani zote, but then nimefanya.
Really?
Like everything, And I really don't know, like, Milka used to, you see, when we are with Milka, there's a lot of things that happened, And then she was like, I really don't want Talisha to be in my situation, like, at any point in future. Na hizi ndio vitu zinakuja, by the way, when you're grieving, hizi ndio vitu zinakufanya unakuwa so sad. Because if I knew, like, Milka will pass, then, hizi ndio vitu zinafanyanga your grief journey inakuwa so difficult. Whereby the guilt, the thing, like, I wish I knew, like, you see, like, mbona Milka alikuwa anaongea, like, ni kama anaenda, like, but hajui. Yeah, you see, she was like, we are going home on 26th, next month, then the same month that tunaenda home kumzika. Yeah, so a lot of things really happened, and I'm just glad.
As you speak, I just hope there's someone watching who could be in the medical field as concerning mental health. I believe especially for men. So I'm actually very proud of you for coming here and sharing your story.
Yeah.
We can tend to carry a lot. So I hope there's someone watching who'd be willing to just walk the journey with you, because like you said, mental health and treating it is not cheap.
Yeah,
but it's necessary.
Yeah, I believe mental health is...
Because what you're saying about going through guilt or blaming yourself or thinking these things and in a spiral.
Yeah, so as for me, I think one thing, people should stop stigmatizing, like, you see, people think men are so strong, yeah? Like when you lose your wife or a child or a daughter. Yeah, mazi weni mwanaume kuwa ngangari, like, Faustin, things happen, so just like move on, like, ani maisha endelee, see? Let me tell you, grief journey is not, ni ule tu mtu mwenye alikuwa so close with you who grieves, but then like everything usually changes, like people move, like the world, dunia wa stop, everything just usually goes on, and that is the sad part of it, like vitu zinaendelea normal, you see your friends, kila kitu inaendelea to normal, but then as for you, are just stuck there. So I believe if we have good people out here, because as for me to be counseled, there's some very good friends out there who call these therapies, and mwingine kanilipia, kanipeleka huko, she's called, I don't like, I can't even remember the name, but then she took me to Silas Kirinya. We did like I guess about 15 sessions, and that is very good, you know, because there's so many people. Me sahi kuna watu wananipigia simu wananiambia Faustin, like, my life iko hivi. So many people are, like, people are fighting out here,
That's true.
And then here
they need a safe space to have those conversations.
So I believe we have, when kukuwa na mtu mmoja mwenye anaweza saidia mtu, like kuchukua, like to take huyu mse mwenye anapita this difficult situation or a grief process, at least that one, at least the self-esteem itakuwa poa.
That's true.
Then you should not judge, like, don't judge, because you really don't know how that special that someone was to that person, as much as whom can hurt so much, like, why is this guy grieving too much, like, as in, grief is a process that it takes, like, kwangu inaweza chukua like forever, or some like 1 year, or like a month, and then this person, there's a person mwenye anaweza chukua like, yani inakuanga different, So
during the break, you showed me a video of your daughter, saying "mama." When you hear her say that, how do you feel in that moment?
Every time I feel so sad.
What do you tell her? How do you explain it to
her? As for me, I'm always open with my daughter because she's still small, but she's sharp. I thank God for that. As in, can heal so fast. So me, I don't usually like showing her the videos of her mom and everything. But then when you go home, wanampeleka kaburi ya mama yake, she sees her.
Does she understand?
Sometimes she cries, like she cries calling mama, because she used to call her Milka. So that is a bit challenging, but then I thank God, because you see, hata mtoto atakuwa mkubwa ukikataa siende kwa kaburi yake or anything, at the end she doesn't have a mom, so you are the mom and the dad.
That's true.
So I have just to take her through the journey, because she will understand it, because one day she'll just have to understand the mom is not there. And at least dad tried his best to make me be wherever I am today, And whenever she calls her mom, sometimes I feel proud, because Milka has a very beautiful daughter. And how I wish she was here today to see how Talisha is, But then I know she's always watching over Talisha.
That's true. That's true. And thank you so much for sharing your story, Faustin. Tunashukuru sana, and we pray for you and Talisha,
Yes.
For God to just continue watching over both of you and His grace to be sufficient.
Okay, thank you.
Poleni sana. But I'd like to finish up, if you can look into your camera.
Okay.
If, like you said, you have a YouTube channel and you get responses from people who are going through lots of different things. So for someone who's been through something like yourself, what can you tell them today?
Okay, so if you're going through grief or anything like grief or any difficulty, you should not lose hope, because at the end of the tunnel there's always light.
Amen.
And you like utaikosa mahali pa kneel down na kuomba Mungu, like God always anasikia maombi. God is always there listening and willing to help. It's just that you just have to have hope and faith. You have to have that good support system, like your friends, your guardians or parents, and always just be prayerful, because at the end of it, everything will always be okay. Yeah? Like today will be mourning and crying, but then the next time we'll always be rejoicing and praising God, like Mungu amesaidia. Yeah. So as for me, you can always follow me, like on my platforms. My YouTube channel, that is Malkia Faustin. I'm always on live on Instagram, sharing my experiences on Faustin_Don, yeah. And yeah, I'm proud because 1, 2, 3 people are always motivated by my story, yeah.
Thank you.
That is it.
I forgot to ask you one more thing as we finish.
Yeah.
Through our hardest trials and life journey, I'm always a believer in trying to focus in a silver lining somewhere and looking for a good thing.
Yeah.
So in this moment today, what are you most thankful for?
I'm thankful for my life, yeah. I'm thankful for Talisha's health at the moment. I'm thankful because God has been with me, like, I'm just thankful for my life, Maze. Because if it's
good enough.
Yeah, that is good enough, because throughout, you know, I'm not employed.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not employed. I'm just a photographer, a freelance one. So God has been with me, has really shown me ways, because I've been able to work with a lot of people, like, through this period. Okay. And that is the only thing that is sustaining me at the moment, because Talisha needs like everything, the home care thing, like the therapist, because they're very expensive, by the way. And yeah, so I guess through this, I guess I can get some clients, but yeah, I can get my clients there to come and support. Yeah, that is the only support I can get from people. Yeah, because you know you can't be like hey, Maze, mimi siwezi fanya anything, because I have that passion for photography and I can do it so well, yeah. So at the moment, before employment, I think I'm just settled on photography, and I'm just thankful for that gift from God, yeah.
Amen. And your gift will make room for you.
Yeah.
So may it continue to do so.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you to you at home for watching. I hope this story has encouraged you. It definitely has me. And thank you for making time for us. Thank you to our special, beautiful location, that is Radisson Blu in Arboretum. Until next week, take care of yourself. Be kind always. Stay well, stay safe, and good night.